Well, welcome to Honda Heroes. I'm Gareth Reese here on behalf of Rugby Canada, and it's a distinct pleasure to nominate for January our Honda hero, Rob Strang. Rob, congratulations.
Thank you, Gareth. Nice to see you.
You too, and you're in Nova Scotia. I'm on the West Coast. As soon as we started this program, obviously Honda support our athletes and our teams, and we wanted to take this program to look at some rugby people who have really been out in the front lines, who have been helping with the COVID pandemic. And you, more than anyone, I should say, the chief medical officer for Nova Scotia. You've been in the press every day. You've been out there making tough decisions, working 7 days a week since March. First of all, thank you on behalf of all of us, but really give us some idea of what life's been like for you.
Well, it's been pretty intense, but thank you. And, it has been, I started working on COVID. It was actually end of December on just before New Year's a year ago, when I remember getting the first kind of text from these alert systems that there's something going on in China. And then we started to have discussions with my colleagues across the country. And before we knew it, we were, right into it. And it has been 7 days a week since then, pretty much. I get to step away a little bit, but that's people ask me, how do you do it? It's my job. That's so I'm going to step up and do my job, and I'm here till we get through this. But I have to recognize that I'm only one person, and I work with a huge amount of very talented, dedicated people in public health across the healthcare system and the government in Nova Scotia.
Well, you've been very magnanimous, a good rugby man, only one of 15, as you say, when you were in the second row for UBC or the Old Boys, or for Canada for that matter. Maybe others got the credit at that point. This time you seem to be in front of the cameras. How is that for you, having to make those tough decisions and have to front up every day? What's it been like?
So, I mean, that's part of my job. I've been in front of the cameras off and on a number of issues throughout my career. I think part of it is I have a really good team, and I'm very comfortable with the decisions that we make. So once I get in front of the camera, I'm not, I don't have questions in the back of my mind. And I think one of the things, I'm perhaps more fortunate than others of my colleagues. I have a very good relationship with my premier, and he has not politicized anything. And he every day he says, the health of Nova Scotians come first. So we're together as a team, and having him with that trust, it makes it really much more comfortable that what I'm saying or advising, I know that he's right behind me, and so I can speak publicly very clearly and know that I have folks behind me, and that is a lesson from rugby, right? You when somebody's in trouble, everybody else is around them, right? And you trust your teammates.
Well, I have heard you speak about that, and everyone brings unique skills to the team effort. I do sometimes chuckle at it as a hardened second row in the engine room. If all of your colleagues realize that some of your unique skills maybe were a bit more hard-nosed than a few of the others, as the hard man of the pack. I will talk about your career. You started basically at UBC, the Thunderbirds, successful career there in the 70s, and then for the UBC Old Boy Ravens, you had your career, and then were selected for Canada. The highlight of that being a match in 1983 for Canada against the mighty England at Fortress Twickenham. So what was it like, that ride for you, and how are those memories for you, having represented your country?
Yeah, that was the highlight of my career, that tour. And your dad, Alan, was the manager on that tour, and it was great getting to know him. And he's a great manager. But just being there, and that was back. Rugby is so much different today. That was back in the pure amateur days. We all were really purely amateur. But it was a little bit daunting playing England at Twickenham. It was a gale, a horizontal rain, but. I think even though there was a mismatch, we did ourselves proud, and were able to stand at the end of the day and said, we gave it all for Canada, and it was quite a privilege.
Well, great words for our current athletes. And we do talk about the values of our game and how people seem to stay connected. Again, you've stayed connected, a referee in Nova Scotia. You were a team doctor at one point, helping our national team athletes. What are the values of rugby that you take every day when you go into your medical office?
Well, I think the biggest thing I learned is that's carried with me through everything I do is, rugby is there's two things about it. It's a team, and you're only as good as the team together. No matter whether your head is buried down in the scrum, front row, second row, some fancy back like you, Gareth, is scoring to try. But at the end of the day, rugby is all about the equal credit goes to the 15, and there's no glory boys, if you will. And that's, to me, is an important piece of how I work, especially during the pandemic. I happen to be the face of it in Nova Scotia, but I'm only effective because of the hard work of lots of other people. So it's a good lesson to learn that we're not about, we're equal with everybody else. The other thing I still love about rugby, it's still that, there's no pretense. And you'd well know, if you get a bit of a big hit on you or something, you're going to get that taken right down pretty quickly in the banter in the locker room. So it's a great equalizer as well, in a positive, friendly, humorous way. But it's a good, learning how don't set yourself up above others. And it comes back to all being equal and all working together for a common objective.
Well, fantastic message for all of us. And I said it again, all of us rugby people have been proud of what you're doing day in and day out. You've even taken your closet full of rugby ties and other ties and sold some of them for charity for Mental Health Foundation of Nova Scotia. So well done. There's not many rugby guys who have found something to do with their old rugby ties, but well done again. And we're so proud, Rob, of what you're doing out there. And we're really proud that you're a rugby man in the front lines.
Thank you, Gareth. And I do want to give a shout out. I get to reach out from some of my old teammates with UBC. UBC All Boys got my tie on. Got to give them a shout out still, the Ravens. So, and I hope to, one day we'll be able to see rugby, 15-a-side rugby back on the pitch. We've got a great facility here in Halifax, and I'd love to have another international game back here in Halifax sometime soon.
Well, here, the 1991 Ravens, BC provincial champions, perhaps one of the best club teams ever assembled in Canada. So you were a part of that. But if you know of someone like Rob who would be a Honda hero, please nominate them. media@rugby.ca. Let us know about a great rugby person who's on the front lines. And again, Rob, great to talk to you. Great to hear your stories. Thank you for your service to rugby and to all of us as we fight the awful pandemic and look to come through it.
Thanks for the opportunity, Gareth, and everybody. We'll get through COVID. Just focus on keep each other safe.
Better words couldn't be said. Thank you, Honda, and thank you, everyone, for listening. Take care.
Bye-bye.